Hello ladies, and welcome back to my channel. It has been a while, but I have lots of videos coming for you guys in the next few weeks and lots of things that I'm excited to share with you. But today I am talking all about Thanksgiving and how I am teaching my children about Thanksgiving. So let's grab a cup of coffee and let's chat. So I have drank most of my coffee already. Also, I am getting over being sick. So I apologize if I have to clear my throat a little bit. I'm feeling better, but that's yucky stuff. So a little bit there. So I want to share today the books and the resources that I am using to teach my boys about Thanksgiving. And I feel like this can be a very touchy topic, and I am hoping that my channel can be a safe space to share opinions and mostly just be kind to one another about those opinions. I am sharing all of the things that I plan on using to teach about the accurate history of Thanksgiving. So let's just start off by saying that the story that I was taught is not accurate. And I am definitely learning a lot right now as I prepare to teach my kids about this. I myself am learning a lot and trying to deconstruct the things that I was taught in public school. Now, I cannot speak to what is being taught now. Obviously, this was many, many years ago when I was in school, and I don't have children in public school. So I have no idea what they teach now. But I know that what I was taught is not accurate. So I am in a Facebook group, and the Facebook group is called Woke Homeschooling, and I will link it down below. And it is a group of homeschoolers who share ideas and resources and books and talk about things in regards to mostly teaching our children accurate history. Thanksgiving is no exception. Now, before I start sharing the books and the resources, a lot of these books I am waiting to get from the library. So I don't have them in hand, but I am going to do a flip through of them on my Instagram stories when I get them from the library. So I'm waiting for them all to come in, but I really wanted to get this video out so that if you want to use any of these resources over the next couple of weeks before Thanksgiving, that you have time to get them from your library or get them from Amazon. There are a couple that I purchased from Amazon that I'm waiting for them to come in too. So I will be sharing all of that on my Instagram stories whenever they come in. So make sure you are following me on Instagram. Right here is my handle. If you want to see flip throughs of the books when I get them. Okay, first things first, I found this wonderful blog. The author of the blog is Naomi O'Brien, and she has lots of really good resources on there, and she has a wonderful resource for Thanksgiving. I have printed out a copy of what we are going to be using and kind of what the kids will be using. So this is kind of like a mini book. It goes through pieces of the Thanksgiving story. And it's called Social Studies, The Truth About Thanksgiving. Lanisha Tab and Naomi O'Brien, the authors are right here. I will link this down below. I think it was $5 or $6 to purchase the PDF. And this is something that you can obviously use year over year. But It goes through pieces of the story. What I really love about this is that they have put really thoughtful questions in. And the very last part of this is what I loved the most. It says, should it be a time to eat food and give thanks or a time to mourn? This is, they talk about this in this book. But right here, could it be both? And then it says, how can you celebrate Thanksgiving in a way that is respectful to everyone? So that kind of gives you an idea of like what they talk about in here. And I like that it presents information, and then it gives your kids the chance to kind of like process that information and make their own opinion. What do you think about that? Can we do it? Can you do it this way? Can you do it that way? Can you do it both ways? And for the record, we have Thanksgiving dinner here. We're not canceling Thanksgiving, but I definitely want to be mindful of what we are celebrating and to make sure that we are aware of what that day is and what it has become in America. Anyway, so a second part to that is it also includes like a little kind of like a notebook for your kids to fill out as they are going through, as you kind of read through the story. So what I plan on doing is reading through this a few times. And after each time, we will do one of these pages. We probably won't do all of them. It gives them an opportunity to draw a picture of what they, their thoughts on this and what they have gathered from this information. Next, I'm going to share all the books that we will be reading through just to kind of really get a big, accurate picture of what Thanksgiving is. So first is this book right here. So again, I don't have these books yet, but I really wanted to just get this out there so that you can get them if you want to use them. So this book is called History Smashers, The Mayflower, and this is actually a series of books. This is like it's a kid-friendly version of the true story of the Pilgrims coming over on the Mayflower. It has photos and graphics and illustrations just to better help them like visualize it and give them more information. The next book is 1621, A New Look at Thanksgiving. And this one counters the traditional story of Thanksgiving. It's beautifully illustrated. It's kind of like a photo essay taking you through the historically accurate version of the 3-day harvest. We have this one right here, Mayflower 1620. This book details the legendary story of the voyage from the Mayflower, and this is all important because I want to make sure that I'm providing like an accurate understanding of what the Mayflower was, who was on the Mayflower, where it went, what actually happened to it, and not the version of events that I was taught. So this next book is actually a brand new book. So all of the other books that I'm going to share with you, I got from our library, but this book is brand new. It actually just was released last week. And so I purchased it from Amazon, and it is a paperback picture book. It's called If You Lived During the Plymouth, and it is beautifully illustrated, and it is another child-friendly version with more historically accurate facts. It helps kids to just kind of put themselves in that time And, it asks questions like, what if you were there when the English colonists and the Wampanoag tribe had this feast? What would you have worn? What would you have brought? What was the true story of this feast, and how did it become a national holiday? So it's another child-friendly book to tell the story. Next one is this book right here. It's called Giving Thanks, Native American Good Morning Message. This is another special children's version of the Thanksgiving story. And on the back of the book, it says, and I'm going to read from my notes, it says, it's a message of gratitude that originated with the Native people of upstate New York and Canada, and that it is still something that is still spoken at the ceremonial gatherings that are held by tribes. This book stood out to me because it's important to remember that Indigenous people are not only in America, and I want to make sure that I'm providing a well-rounded idea and understanding that Indigenous people live in America and Canada. It is not just here. The next book, these next two books are actually titled the same thing, but they're two different books. So this one is a children's book called We Are Still Here, and this is a picture book, and it speaks on Native Americans and the assimilation that they endured, the relocation, the termination, their civil rights, even much even more than that. But again, it is a children's version of these very important things that Native Americans experienced. And I am really excited for that one. And then there's another one right here. It is called We Are Still Here. And this is a photographic history of the American Indian movement. So it kind of goes a little bit beyond, it's not necessarily about Thanksgiving, but this month is Native American Heritage Month, and I'm just trying to dial in on that. And then the last two books are kind of delving more into Native Americans, and this one is called Clam Bake, and it is a story about a 12-year-old boy, how he learns from his grandfather the tradition of clam bake from his grandfather, and it kind of goes through that and those traditions. And then the last book right here, and it is called Many Nations, an Alphabet of Native America, and it goes through the alphabet, and it presents the diverse culture of Native Americans, and it does assimilation with the alphabet and kind of touches on some things within the culture. I also have some YouTube videos that I will link down below in a playlist that we will be watching as well. And so if you're interested in watching some of those, I'm going to link those down below in a playlist that I have created for you to watch. So, like I said, I feel like this can be a touchy thing, and honestly, it shouldn't be. This is history, and people want to make this a political thing, and it's not. It is important that our children are learning the accurate depiction of history, and it is not in any way to villainize anybody, but just to present the information in an accurate way. And one of the things that I am really passionate about homeschooling my kids is making sure that they have a much better view of history and understanding of history than I did, because like I said, I have learned so much being a homeschool mom, because a lot of things I did not learn. Like, I did not learn about a lot of this, and it's been really interesting. It's been an interesting thing to like sit and think about, like, I didn't learn that. Like, this is not the story that I learned. Why? Like, why didn't we learn those things? So I'm not going to go there. That's something that I am not getting into about the why, but, it's important for me to teach my kids, the accurate portrayal of history and what actually happened. So I hope that you can use some of these resources over the next couple of weeks if you are planning on doing some educating on Thanksgiving this year. I have actually not really done a whole lot of this until this year. My kids are still really young, and while I think you definitely can start this at any age. I just haven't done it yet. And I think that this year is going to be a really good year for them to absorb this information and like really start to like think about, the why behind it and understand the history a little bit better. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big ol' thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one.
The world could fall down, it's gonna be okay. The sun could go